Hello everybody on YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Hey, Let's Thrift has returned. So our mission of looking for a range finder camera continues here in Fuji Kawaguchiko. I am joined by my little brother. Well, he's not really interested in looking for camera, he's actually looking for a used clothes. By the way, where are we right now? We are actually in one of my favorite stores in the entire world, which is called Hard Off. If you remember in my previous Japan travel video series, these are the shop that I always feature in this channel, the Hard Off, but they were not in the Let's Thrift video. I am holding a beautiful looking Nike shoes because I'm a big fan of the Nike Air Jordan. Some of these shoes are well maintained. Oh yeah, that's right. We were supposed to look for a camera. Let's go look for a camera right now. One thing I love about Hard Off is the theme song that they repeatedly play on the speaker. Imagine listening to Christmas song every Christmas time. Well, the staff here in Hard Off, they listen to this Hard Off theme song for the rest of their life. I quite like the song, but if I'm being an employee here, I might go crazy. So here we are, an assortment of Japanese video game console, like the one that I'm holding right now. It's the Famicom. Beautiful looking Famicom. It's so beige in color, not all white, but I think that's how it's supposed to look like. And what is this Kiwami looking thing? Is it from the Yakuza series, or should I say like a dragon, as it was supposed to be called here in Japan? And what is this cute looking device? It looks like a netbook, or is it a notepad? A tiny device that you write diaries or planning calendar things, but it's an old device. I'm not interested in that. The things that I'm really interested are camera, like the one I found, a Leica. Not the Leica I'm looking for, but it is a Leica nonetheless. It's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for a range finder, but there is a range finder Leica, the Barneck design. It's the 3F old Barneck Leica with the viewfinder on top. Not the one I'm looking for because I'm not interested in the design. I don't want the old Leica. I want the M series. Of course, it's very expensive, and it's not the rangefinder we are looking for here in Japan. The rest of the camera here are basically just a digital camera that I'm not really interested. Plus, most of them are expensive. Maybe except for the Nikon ones. And then we have the old tablet for those who are interested in looking for an old Apple tablet thing, or an old phones. Those who loves collecting old phones like the iPhone 5. I remember I found iPhone 4 and some obscure Japanese made, exclusively in Japan phone. I saw Sharp Aquos, which haven't sell that kind of phone in ages. Who are interested in the old SD card? Oh no, those are hard drives. And then of course most of these are either old stock, the people not interested in, or they're just again old stock. These are just old stock games, but they are very well kept. And then old games like the PlayStation 1. I believe they are region lock, but who cares? People can unlock region in any device nowadays. And here are some cameras related things like the filter, lens hood, camera protection thing, camera condoms, but that's not the one I'm looking for. Again, I'm also interested in video games. I still play games these days. And then I found a Switch cartridge, not with a box, even expensive. I thought if you're looking for a Switch game without the box, it should be cheaper. Alright, let's go take a look at these cameras. The main focus. Here are the old digital video camera. I used to love this video camera things, but then I find out the quality are not that great. Who are interested in the old qualities of video cameras, they might be interested with these. And here are the old CCD sensor camera, the old digital compact cameras, which I should have bought because these are actually vintage, except they're a little bit too expensive. I found the Sony that my dad owns and the rest of the digital camera and the video camera camcorder from the early 2000s. And then I found the JVC digital camera as well. These are very old again, except I mean especially this one, the big one, the Sony DCR. I kind of want to buy it, but it's a little expensive. They can afford to buy the one next to it, the one with the blue color. It looks so retro, but then again, it's hard to find the batteries and the memory storage for them. They're not really using SD card, probably the old CD, the mini disc or the cassette thing that this video camera can only support, and it's really hard to import them to the computer. I found a full frame camera, but it's too expensive. And here are the rest. The Olympus kind of looks nice though. I was actually looking at the behind one all the way to the back because it's really obscure. The Olympus one kind of interests me. I really want to buy one of the Olympus SLR camera because they're very small, and I'm interested in these smaller Pentax or Olympus design camera. And here are the Instafilm ones. I'm not a fan of this design. It looks girlish. So here I'm my brother looking for a musical instrument, and he plays guitar or bass, and he's really interested in all of this guitar, or is it bass? Electronic guitar? Bass. Okay, these are the bass section that he likes. He's really interested in one of these, and how do you ship them back home? Well, you'll just have to check in for this guitar. And then here we are at the paddle. He was really tempted to buy the paddle because they are so cheap, even cheaper than the one back home that he sell, because he works in retail, he works in the musical instrument shop, and he's really interested in buying one of these paddle. Back to the camera in the junk section of Hard Off. Look at the price of these cameras. Sometimes there are, well, I'll put decimal point. Let me make it easy for you. 110. Let's just pretend it's $1.10. So here are all my world. I was looking for Pentax, and I found the Pentax. If you've seen the previous episode of the Let's Thrift, one of the Pentax felt amazing when holding my hand. It's the one that I really interested in. And then I found a Pentax. The problem with this Pentax is you don't know whether it works or not because you need a battery, and it's only $5. Let's make it easy for you guys. It's $5.50. Okay, put the decimal point there. Some people say 500 yen, that's expensive. No, you just put a decimal. But anyway, this Pentax kind of works. I almost wanted to buy it. It's $5.50. And then I found a Pentax with the lens. It comes with the lens, and it's cheaper. Well, the body itself is $11, right? It's $11. Imagine it's $11, not US dollar, just dollar in general. And then the lens is $3.10. It's actually 310 yen, but come on, make it easier for people who doesn't understand yen. And I'm not sure whether it works, but the shutter kind of stuck. But it's super. I mean to say the model of the Pentax is Pentax Super, ME Super, the one that I want. And then the problem is the batteries. Looking for the batteries back home is going to cost me more. Or, well, I think I have the battery at home. Oh, look at all these treasure. Another man's trunk is another man's treasure, perhaps. A Konica digital point and shoot. Ooh, where do I begin? Look at this tiny looking compact, point and shoot camera. And it's also very, very cheap. See, it's $3. Imagine it's $3. Oh my gosh. My heaven. Which is also my hell. Because I'm gonna be spending hours here. And we got some old kit lens for variety. Oh, I found an Olga. Is the closest thing to a medium 120 millimeter film. Kinda.
It is a piece of plastic.
Yes. It's plastic. It's very light. Now I heard about these Olga models on the internet. So here we have the Konica. I don't see any winder. The shutter leaf winder thing. Well, we might find more treasure in the junk section. Sometimes there are junk sections and junk camera that works. We don't know whether this one works. We need the battery. It doesn't include with the battery, but again, these are sold as is, meaning it's a gamble to know whether some of this device works or not. But here you have it. Look at all these video camera. It looks really good. It looks new. Look at all the Japanese writing on it. Of course, the battery is not included. You have to find it on the internet. But it's well maintained. No dust, no scuffle, no scratches. Everything looks new, except the battery. So without the battery, we cannot test it. Alright. Oh yeah, the PlayStation 4 controller. I was looking for a spare, considering that I do have a PlayStation back home, PS4. I was looking for a spare controller. None of the record here of my any interest, but I do like the cover. The cover looks amazing because they're old. I'm pretty sure most of you on the internet know some of these songs or albums. I'm sorry, but I stopped collecting records ages ago. What is this? The E-band or pure gold? Spanish. Now let's go look for the PlayStation 3 games. I found an NBA games, an old one, 2K12. I don't know. I don't have a PlayStation 3, and PS4 doesn't play PlayStation 3 games. And here we have it. Some of these are Laserdisc or they're VCR player. This one is a Laserdisc. I'm pretty sure. But look at the price. They are so cheap. But how am I supposed to bring them home? If I have a bigger luggage, probably that's a possibility that I can bring them home. And for these audio files out there, I'm not sure what these are. Are these mixer? Are they good? I'm not sure. So there you have it. My brother is really interested in some of the guitar, and he told me, look at the camera. And then he found a guitar stick thing. I'm sorry, I'm not a musician. In the meanwhile, are you interested in a samurai katana? They do sell it here. I don't think you can bring them back home. And then we have an old grandpa clock that costs 55. Alright, 55. Stop saying 5,500. Whatever. Oh, a ship. Anybody interested in ships that's already been built for you? Keep in mind, these are second-hand item. Some old looking figurines. Kind of creepy, but for being authentic Japanese doll toy, they are okay. And we have here's the Wii, right? Yeah, some of them are Wii's. And I found a PlayStation 2 console, and then it's very, very cheap. Does it work? Who knows? Who cares? If you know how to fix a PlayStation 2 consoles, then it should be no problem. And of course, this one works actually, but I'm not sure whether it can be paired. Well, I think they can be paired. But anyway, here are some old PSP game things. The controller, a Super Famicom controller, Switch controller, some PlayStation, a Wii mode. No, I don't have Wii, but I do have PlayStation 4. I'm not sure if I wanted to buy it because it's a little expensive. $22, okay? 22, not US dollar, just a dollar. I found a very old digital Walkman looking thing. It's really, really nice. Of course, there are Walkman. Whoever's interested in Walkman, you can find them here. Do they work? Well, you just have to find out yourself. But the one with the one that looks like a cassette one, the silver one, looks really, really good. And some old phone, even obscure one. They even sell Beats headphone. They also sell Bose, a cheap Bose. The comfort, quiet comfort, I always wanted to buy it, but that's not the main point of me coming here. Oh, there's a graphic cards. Anybody interested in graphic cards? I'm pretty sure they are real cheap. And some more console. PlayStation 4, Xbox, PlayStation 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure there's PlayStation 5, if I'm not mistaken. And then the one that I hold with the Sunsoft logo of this Famicom controller. It looks really, really nice. Even only it's USB powered. Oh, it's the one for the Dreamcast controller. What else can we find here? Let's see. Some of these controllers are very, very light, like this Wii U controller. I thought that would be very heavy, but they're very, very light. Too light. I'm not sure why is it. I'm pretty sure that's the Pikachu controller. I think. I'm pretty sure. Well, we spend hours in this particular hard off that we lose track of time. Oh yeah, that's right. For those weeaboos out there, those freaks. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys are not freaks, but come on. And some other stuff. And I also found this Apple controller with the Japanese writing. I always wanted to buy this as well. A little expensive, but it's a novelty. I don't have an Apple at home, but it's a real nice to hold. Some laptops. I was looking for older laptops, but they don't have it here for some reason. I was looking for the one that they show in LGR, the old computer, the Japanese computer, but they don't have it here, sadly. Oh, I found a Neo Geo Pocket. It's all the way there. Oh, that's right. Being a Godzilla fan myself, I was tempted to buy these beautiful looking cover of the Godzilla King of the Monsters. Of course, it's the legendary American Godzilla, $55. But no, that's not the reason why I come to Japan. I was looking for a rangefinder, not looking for a Godzilla movie again. Let's see what else can we find in the DVD, a Blu-ray section. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay, so we found a visual novel. I've just realized that we are in the adult section of the video part. No, God, I feel filthy, so dirty. Back to the camera section, at the junk section of this camera section. We have to test out some of the shutter curtain to make sure that it works. So I put in the bulb mode, right, to see whether there's dust or scuffle within the shutter curtain. Works just fine. It's a Canon FTB. These are very cheap. You can find them on eBay for a very cheap price, but it's cheaper here in Hardoff. $5, 550 yen. You'll figure it out in a conversion unit. Works just fine. These are in bulb mode and they work just fine. Again, I'm not looking for an SLR. I was looking for a rangefinder. I don't see any rangefinder anywhere here.
$22.
Well, I noticed the way they spell hood as food. I don't know why. Or maybe because of the pronunciation. This lens looks nice. What else can we find? This Sigma lens. I'm not a fan of this Sigma or Tamron looking lens. They have this rubber grip thing that looks really bad. It doesn't look appealing to me. And then this is Canon. Of course, all vintage lens are very, very cheap. Well, sadly, we couldn't find a rangefinder for me. So we just gave up and then have ourselves some treat. Here's the best part about Japan. Vending machines are everywhere and some of them serve hot cans. I'm really impressed with the Japanese way of thinking. So we head back to our hotel and I'm pretty sure this is the only hard of we are going to enjoy, because the rest of the videos in the Let's Thrift, most of the hard of are very disappointing. So we have ourselves a Family Mart dinner that we bought outside. So this is our hotel. It's very cozy and we are about to have our dinner, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next Let's Thrift video. See ya everyone.